The phone vibrated in my pocket like a warning from the grave, pulling me away from the clinking glasses and forced laughter at my mother's 60th birthday celebration. I stepped into the shadowed hallway of her elegant Denver suburban home. The air thick with the scent of lavender candles and catered hors d'oeuvres, answering what I thought would be a quick check-in from my 10-year-old daughter, Ava. But her voice, small and trembling across the miles, shattered everything. "Mom, you have to leave right now. They're setting you up." In that instant, the world tilted, and the family I'd clung to as my anchor revealed itself as a sinking ship rigged with explosives. My name is Sarah Ellis, and at 38, I'd clawed my way back from a brutal divorce, rebuilding my life as a marketing director for a boutique firm in Boulder, Colorado, while raising Ava to be the sharp-eyed, fiercely loyal girl she was. My mother, Evelyn, had been my unwavering pillar, or so I'd convinced myself, through the chaos of my split from Ryan Hayes, who'd walked out 5 years earlier with his new assistant and half our savings. But now, as Ava's words hung in the air, I realized the party I'd poured my soul into planning wasn't a celebration, it was a stage for my downfall. The preparations had been my escape, a way to stitch our fractured family back together. Weeks of coordinating with my brother, Nathan, who'd insisted on handling the guest list with unusual precision, and his wife, Carla, a social worker who'd volunteered to manage the vibe of the event, whatever that entailed. "You're overdoing it, Sarah," Evelyn had murmured during one of our brunches at the local country club, her fingers tapping restlessly on the linen napkin, a tic I'd noticed escalating lately. "Let's keep it low-key." I'd brushed it off with a laugh, squeezing her hand. "Come on, Mom, you hit 60 once. And when have the Ellis women ever half-assed anything?" Her smile had been thin, eyes distant, echoing the hollow look she'd worn when Dad bailed 2 decades ago, leaving us high and dry. Hindsight is a cruel mirror. The red flags had been waving like distress signals. My work email hacked one dawn, forcing a reset. The smart doorbell camera glitching offline, which Nathan fixed during an unannounced visit, only for me to find my home office drawer ajar, papers I'd locked away after sorting Ava's school records. "Mom, did Uncle Nathan stop by while I was out?" Ava had asked one evening, her small face creased with suspicion as she rearranged her bookshelf. My journal was moved. I always hide it under my history book. I'd chalked it up to my own absent-mindedness. But Ava had my knack for spotting the off-kilter, the subtle shifts that screamed something's wrong. Nathan's questions had turned probing, like needles under the skin. "How's that stress management going?" he'd asked at a backyard grill-out. Though I'd never breathed a word about any issues, because there weren't any. Carla had eyed my remodeled living room with calculated interest. "This place must be worth a fortune now. The Boulder market's on fire. You could cash out big time." Even Ryan, who'd kept our co-parenting to curt emails about Ava's soccer schedule, had grown oddly solicitous. "You look wiped out," he'd say during drop-offs. "Take a break. I could keep Ava longer." "Give you space." Ryan Hayes, the guy who ghosted our kids' recitals, suddenly playing devoted dad? The pieces were there, but I was too buried in party spreadsheets, too desperate to prove our family could still rally around joy, to see the web closing in. Blood ties, I'd told myself, meant resilience. We'd survived Dad's greed. We could handle anything. Back in that dining room, the chandelier light bounced off polished silverware like accusations. Nathan murmured urgently to Carla. Evelyn gripped her wine glass until her knuckles blanched, and the guest's eyes followed me with predatory curiosity. The smiles felt painted on, the chatter rehearsed. That's when Ava's call sliced through. I slipped further down the hall, heart pounding. "Baby, what's happening? You're supposed to be at Mia's for the night." "I'm not." Dad grabbed me early, Said we're going hiking. Mom. I'm freaked out. Last night, I heard him talking to Uncle Nathan when he thought I was asleep. The words tumbled out, each one a hammer blow. They plotted the party as the trigger, something about provoking a meltdown. Filming it for proof of my instability. Mental health docs. Custody battles. And Evelyn's estate tied in like poison vines. Aunt Carla was on too. She talked about faking records to get emergency custody. Said once they have me, Grandma won't fight 'cause she'd lose me forever. The floor seemed to drop away. It clicked. Nathan's updates on Mom's will revisions. Ryan's custody hints. Carla's concerned chats probing my moods. Tonight was their climax. Engineered to make me crack on camera. Sealing me as unfit. I leaned against the wall. Breath shallow. The betrayal burning like acid. They'd scripted my ruin for Evelyn's recent tech stock windfall, $1.8 million they couldn't touch unless I was sidelined as her health proxy. 30 seconds felt eternal as I pieced it together. Then, composing my face like a mask, I re-entered the room. Nathan's gaze latched on immediately. Sharp as a blade. Carla's phone sat propped. Lens aimed like a sniper. You good, Sarah? Nathan asked. Faux worry dripping. You seem off. Not really, I replied. Voice level despite the storm inside. Neighbor just called flood in the basement. Gotta handle it. Sorry. Mom. Carla's sympathy used fake. Oh. Honey. That's awful. Want company? This on top of everything must be overwhelming. The bait dangled. But I smiled through gritted teeth. Nah. I'm solid. Cake's ready in the kitchen. Nathan's got the timeline. Evelyn half rose. But Nathan's hand on her shoulder pinned her. She's got this. Mom, Sarah's always the crisis queen. Right? The jab landed. But I kissed Evelyn's cheek, feeling her quake. Happy birthday. We'll do a real one soon, just us. I grabbed my coat, nodded to the crowd, and drove off, only letting the tremors hit blocks away. They'd banked on my emotional investment in the party to push me over. But they'd overlooked Ava, my fierce little guardian. I veered into a motel lot off the interstate. Cash paid under a fake name. Paranoia spiking. Dialing Ava back. She picked up whisper quick. Mom, we're at a trailhead. I said I felt sick. For minutes. She spilled the guts. Nathan masterminding since Mom's stock sale. Ryan lured with cash promises. Carla forging psyche vows. Dad said once they win custody, you'd be too broken to guard Grandma's money. My girl, at 10, had etched every word into memory, sensing the rot in the family she'd loved. The motel became my bunker. I phoned my old college buddy, Lisa, a retired DA with steel nerves. Sarah? Weird number, what's up? Meet me at the Pine Lodge on Route 36. Room 112. No questions, trust me. While waiting, I documented glitches, snooping, twisted talks. Lisa arrived, eyes widening as I laid bare the conspiracy. Those snakes, she hissed. We need proof. I know a PI, Victor Ruiz. Ex-FBI. Clean as they come. Can't afford later. Priority, intel. She called. Victor showed in hours. A wiry vet with a no-bullshit stare. He nodded through my recount. Smart ditching the party, they wanted footage. Your ex snatching the kid? That's breach one. Mom's email access. From her hip surgery last year. Login, hunt lawyer stuff. Ball rose as I scanned Evelyn's inbox, will tweak stripping me as executor. Nathan inserted, concerns over my volatility. Worse. Carla's assessment, bogus diagnoses from a patient she'd never seen. Ryan's doctored texts. Making me look rabid. This is felony fraud, Lisa growled. Carla's toast, ethics board will crucify her. Victor tapped his tablet, Court check, no filings yet. But prep's clear. More, Nathan's debts $120K in failed startups. Carla's practice tanking after a malpractice whisper. Motive City. Ava's tracker pinged a campsite north. Ryan ignored my custody reminder text. Document it, Victor urged. Lisa hooked me with attorney Brooke Landon. Custody shark. We'll hit M hard. As Victor dug finances. I stared at the screen. Rage simmering. Nathan, the brother I'd bailed out post-college flop, shielded from Dad's echoes, had poisoned our blood for bucks. But dragging Ava in? Unforgivable. Dawn brought Victor's bombs. Nathan's shady POA grab during Mom's routine procedure. Post-sedation isolation, $150,000 siphoned to a shell corp. Carla emailing a shady shrink. Feeding lies for custody ammo. Fabricated history, license killer. Brooke arrived. All business, emergency motion for Ava's return. Report Carla. Challenge docs. Any dirt on me? Clean, no booze issues. Steady job. Divorce his fault. Ready to torch family bridges? They burned M first. Protect Ava and Mom. Brooke eyed me, controlled meat, wire up. Get admissions. Hands shook at the thought. Ryan first, weak link. I texted him coffee bait, he bit. At the diner. He looked wrecked, rumpled. Evasive. Plumbing fixed? Cut the crap. I know your job loss. The fake commutes. Color fled. How doesn't matter. Ava home today. Or cops. Pulled the text screenshot, his bag to Nathan for cash. 50 grand to kidnap our kid? He crumbled. Nathan said you were cracking, Mom worried. Promise stability. And you bought it, cause you're broke. Shame flooded him. Meeting tomorrow, finalizing petition at Carla's. Worse, they dosed Mom with sedatives. Called M supplements. His horror peaked. I didn't know. Return Ava in hours. Testify or face charges. He nodded. Broken. Next, Evelyn. Pack light, I'm coming. She waited curbside. Frail. Hospital now tests. But Carla's vitamins, not vitamins. Horror dawned as we drove. Blood work confirmed. Benzos. Fogging her mind for signatures. 37 years raising him, she wept. For this. Ava flew into my arms at drop-off. Ryan slinking away. Need win. Mom. Brooke's team filed. Abuse. Fraud. Conspiracy. Victor's DA pal bit. Morning raid on Carla's office cops. Warrant. Me recording. Nathan blustered. Carla feigned calm. Seized files exposed all plans. Fakes. Transfers. You thought Ava was just leverage? I spat as cuffs clicked. She's the reason you failed. Trials dragged. But justice hammered. Nathan 7 years. Carla 5. Licenses yanked. Assets seized. Mom's stocks voided. Funds restored. We healed slow therapy. Boundaries. A tighter circle. Ava thrived. Channeling trauma into advocacy dreams. Evelyn and I rebuilt trust. Vigilant now. Betrayal's price? Our unbreakable bond. Forged in fire. No pink bows on revenge, it scarred deep, but we'd paid it. And emerged whole.